In the last episode, we decided to increase our trading volume in regards to warm coats, and I ended up we're still working on the second trading post. We stocked this one and built an orchard. So start planting and let's play Banished, not Dig or Die, Banished. So we have this and that, so let's plant peaches here. Going to put plums over here because I don't like them that much. I don't need that many plum fields. Peaches are great. They are very tasty. Plums, not so much. I don't know why. Never got to like them that much. Okay, this will be the plum field. And we'll actually have 26 farmers. They're actually quite a healthy amount of the population working in the food production. But that's more than alright with me. I mean, I think that should be the case, especially in pre-industrial times when one person couldn't take care of an entire field on his own. Oh look, another trader. It already has, it's already working. The brilliant plan. I might also need another woodcutter for the firewood. Oh wait, that's not the new dock, he's going to the old one. And I hope it's not Nathaniel the livestock merchant again. Who will it be? Mysterious trader. It is Helly the resource merchant, and she doesn't have stones. I'm going to sell... Wow, wood is actually very, very valuable for her. I'm going to sell 70 of that, because we need logs. So I want 150 of those. Leather is really expensive. Let's have... 75 of that. So trade, and we'll order stones with her. I want to have stones every visit. Do you want anything else? I don't need any of that actually. Does she have coal? No. In that case I want coal as well. She has no iron. However, we will order that when the need arises. So until then, you may go. Okay. I just bought the logs to speed up the building process here, although we actually don't seem to need that. But yeah, since logs are already used to also used to make firewood, I prefer to have a healthy stockpile of those. Okay, so those aren't producing yet. They will be very soon. I'm also going to build a road here to make it look prettier. That's the only thing I can do to make it look pretty. I mean, I could build a well here, but wells take loads of stones and the river is right here. Okay, we have tools, we have clothes, we have everything. Yeah, this will require some more stones and iron. I actually want to start mining out this iron here. Just to be sure. I'm not going to touch the trees because those are... We have a forester here, so I don't want to interfere with their work too much. I mean, they've been getting some of the iron out. I think they're doing this to basically have more area to plant trees in. But yeah, let's give them something else to do. I might also want to have another foresty bit. I'm not sure where I'm going to place that. Are you producing more now? You are not really. How about my first herbalist all the way over here? How have you been doing over the years? Also not too well. Where's my 700? Yeah, we are reasonably close to the limit. You don't have what? You don't have coal, I see. Oh well, you'll get some. You'll eventually get some. Where's my mine? All the way over here. And you're producing coal. I wonder if they'll produce something else if this is at the limit. So, for example, they are told to produce coal right now. But yeah, if we have 200 coals, will they just produce iron? Will they stop producing? I don't know. Also, a kind of fun fact, since that was part of my bachelor thesis, coal and iron are actually really close to each other, geologically. You often have iron sulfide, the so-called pyrite, that is near coal deposits. That's actually a real problem, and I think I've told it already. But yeah, it's a real problem because they don't use the iron for example, making iron. It's technically an iron ore, but you usually use iron oxides for the production of iron. I'm not entirely sure why sulfides are not that good. I suppose because you actually produce sulfur dioxide from the if you reduce them. So yeah, it's unpleasant to work with, I guess. And people don't do that. So what you often end up is people use the iron oxide for that, and they just dump the iron sulfide that's near the coal, and it oxidizes, and you basically end up with sulfuric acid and a lot of ions in a solution. And once this goes into the groundwater, and that's actually a real problem, because if this, for example, reaches the river, it will be oxidized, and it will be well, it will be very acidic, and it will, of course, the iron will oxidize, and it will precipitate. So you'll have a large brown mess in this river, or in your body of surface water, and that is not very pleasant. The tourists don't like it. It actually kills everything that's alive in there. Well, things that move around will move away, but every plant is basically killed by this precipitation. It just weighs down everything. It precipitates faster than things grow, so actually things are just buried in it, and they can't do photosynthesis or any sort of breathing. Even plants breathe, and they can't do that, so it kills your lakes and your rivers. And that is also not very good for us in the long run. Also in the short run, if you try to live without water. So yeah, that was part of my thesis. That's why I know a bit about this. It's really hard to actually control this problem. You'd have to really be really careful about how you dump this this iron sulfide. And I think that's really the only way to do it. You have to pay extra attention to the way you dump the stuff, and that's very hard to pull off. Yeah. People are looking into all sorts of fancy ways to actually reduce it in the groundwater again, but it's really difficult. And it doesn't happen readily on its own, which is the main problem. You actually have to kind of encourage it to do what you want, and that's never easy. Because nature usually doesn't do what you want it to do. Okay, we have to pin this again and get this back up. I guess I also want to pin this, so it doesn't close. Okay, we'll do 200 beans, 200 corn, 200 firewood, 200 herbs. I suppose I could do 50 leather as well. Why is that ordered differently than this? Do I have any pepper? I don't have any pepper. Don't have walnuts. I also want 50 wool in here. And 100 warm coats. $200 pumpkins and what else do I want here? I think that's pretty much it for now. Yeah, that'll do. You're working a long time to get this in, so have fun. That'll keep our traders busy for a while. I'm not sure if merchants actually only arrive if this is full, but I don't think they will. I mean, this never was as full as it could be. Okay. You know what also would be great? If those merchants would still all come to this dock and not to those. So I would only have to stock this one dock up, but who knows, maybe they'll end up doing that. We'll see. Okay, something else I didn't check for a while is the amount of children and students I had. And also kinda losing food. I'm not sure this is due to the amount of production we've had, which is less than we usually have, or if it's due to the amount of or if it's simply due to us storing food in the docks, which is also quite a possible answer. I mean, I think that still counts as being used. Anyway, the barn still has a lot of storage capacity left, which is good. I'm glad to see that. And yeah, those will take a while to produce stuff. How much stuff did we get out of this? 600 cherries and 1,000 pecans, so this really makes a difference here. I don't know why those trees always die after a few years, but I guess life is really sped up here. Okay, let's see how this is doing. It's still receiving resources. Almost done. Only one more worker needs to dump off stones here, and then we'll be done here. There we go. Now the actual construction can start. And I think eventually I'll be able to only sell warm coats. That'll be my personal goal, to only basically sustain the village with warm coats. I'm not gonna make any inappropriate jokes here, because there are nations that have a huge production, or a huge part of their gross domestic product made with making clothes. Although that's not warm coats, that's usually all sorts of stuff that you buy cheaply. And yep, I don't do that. I mean, I usually don't buy clothes at all, because my grandmother is really into buying stuff, and if I tell her I need, say, t-shirts, she will get me a bazillion of those. Probably also cheap ones, but she sometimes also picks better ones, although I've actually stopped wearing t-shirts altogether for the most part. And I'm not wearing nothing, I'm wearing like shirts nowadays. I don't know why, but they're really comfy and I just like them. And people also tell me they look better than t-shirts. And again, that might be because I've been wearing all sorts of weird t-shirts. I really want to wear one of those thank God for me t-shirts. That's one of the slogans I absolutely love. I don't know why. I mean, they're just silly and kind of arrogant, but I just love this slogan, this motto. Anyway, I've actually received a message on my government grant. I need to hand in some more papers. They really check your environment. Like they check how much money you have, on you have already put back, you have paid somewhere else, and you could access at any time. Not that I have much there, but they're really checking that, and it's annoying me personally. Not that I have much to hide, but it's still annoying me to have to reveal everything I have. And they also want, what makes sense is they want a copy of my apartment contract, so they can see how much rent I'm supposed to pay, because that is also an influencing factor on how much I will receive. They will pay, I think, a certain fraction of the rent, if not everything. But I have to show them I am having this much to pay every month. And they also want... what really irks me is they want the last will of my father translated, which isn't cheap, to say the least. And that's a bigger bill that's coming my way, and I'm not happy about that. Can't believe me, because I want that translated, and since that's kind of an official document, it has to be, it can't be translated by a random dude with Google Translator. It has to be an official translator. They have to be licensed and all that stuff, and let's say they let you pay for that license very, very, very well. 7 pages of last will, basically stating that I didn't inherit shit, cost me $150 to translate, at least according to the translator I asked. So yeah, I wasn't happy when I heard that. But if it gets me that money, I'll have to scratch it up somewhere. I mean, I will get more than that out of the entire thing, if I get it. So, that shouldn't be much of a problem, but it's still annoying me. It's still a lot of cash that I currently don't have, or I currently would rather not spend. Also going to put like 100 venison in each of those. Venison also sells pretty decently, I think. 100 here and 100 here. Okay, did that? Yep, it locked. Okay, so now that this is out of the way, I'm gonna cut off the episode and record another. So I'll see you then. Bye!